You know, it'd be pretty good here actually. Maybe it would be Nyx Assassin. It was something that Zoomers were considering. It's good against Ember, good against Caudle, and I feel like it's okay against Timber, right? Pretty.
It can be. It's good versus Timber if he doesn't have his stacks yet, because you could break it and
Mhm.
you have that nice stun. But having that night lockdown is always nice. I kind of like that Knicks pick, but I don't think the Zoomers is a Knicks team. I
Yeah,
don't.
it's not really a trendy
Radiant
pickup
team
unless
pick.
you're thinking outside the box a bit. Shakira, though, much more trendy, much more cool, and yeah, I like the synergy already between the supports. You know, disruption into Ice Path is always nice, and just being able to dump more magic spells into wherever the fight may take place.
Taking a page off Thunder Predator, right? We talked about
Mm-hmm.
like the Shadow Demon Jakiro kind of setup, a little synergy
10
here.
seconds
Jakiro
remaining.
can play 4, but most likely a 5.
Mm-hmm.
So Shadow
5
Demon's
seconds
it's actually
remaining.
gonna play 4 then.
And they're decent ball hitters, you know, as in the form of hitting a will-o-wisp, but they're all right. They're not the best. That might have to fall in the position of a core or even just Lycan trying to run it down fast. But
I call it like there's like reliable ball hitters and unreliable. Right now they have unreliable ball hitters.
yeah,
Lycan is not a he doesn't want to hit the ball because he doesn't have he's not a hero that builds treads
mm-hmm.
until like later, right? He wants to hit his item timings like this Necrobook, Hod, maybe boot. Some Lycans buy boots, some don't, and then they rush Kuros, and that's only 55% attacks.
Dire team pick.
Yeah, that's why difference between making a commitment to someone like Jakiro, who's more for utility and dubbing in team fight, and where other teams might go for something like that Clinks and be like, oh, he's a good ball hitter and maybe can run around and cause some single target damage. But all right, this is kind of flipping a page back or two, pulling out the gyrocopter here and now. East Coast, who do you think you are? This isn't really meta.
Uh, so
10
the
seconds
thing about Gyro,
remaining.
after like 30, 35 minutes, he out carries Lycan
5
pretty hard.
seconds
It's
remaining.
it's pretty sad for
Team
Lycan.
ban. Queen
Wow.
of pain.
Quap on the other side now. Potentially the Gunner mid lane pickup.
Most likely a Gunner hero.
Yeah. I don't know how often Monkeys is playing offlane Queen of Pain or not.
It's not like I said it the other day.
Yeah.
It's not really a Monkeys thing. Let's see.
A bit more predictable on that end, I guess.
5 seconds remaining.
Trying to think what Monkeys wants to play here.
He's going to go against Gyro also, but you know,
He sees his lane, right? It's a Gyro Caudle lane, most likely.
Dire team back.
Void Spirit's been in their repertoire for a bit, but I don't think we've seen Monkeys play it yet.
Still
kind of like that Nyx Assassin, not gonna lie, even against the
maybe like a
Gyro
Sand King or something.
Ooh.
They want to stun, and they can synergize with this like Jakiro if they want to put him as 4. I mean, he can, like, the thing is, he can play Quap. That's not like he can't just take it out.
10
picture.
seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
I like to see him play some Sand King or something.
Sand King, still have Axe, still have Mars.
Magic.
Centaur, if you want Centaur Shadow Demon.
No, not with the Timbers. You don't want to.
Oh, yeah.
I guess Sand King's kind of the same thing, but.
Void Spirit. They don't want to get that
so
tanky
no,
offlaner at all.
they're both open picks, so that's for both Gunner and Monkeys to alternate depending on what they last pick here on Beast Coast.
For sure.
That was good. I like that open pick that they did there. So it doesn't show like what. So it doesn't make their lanes too obvious.
Does it leave a hole in their draft
10 seconds
altogether
remaining.
though? Because now you don't have that kind of tanky fight starter at
5
all.
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
Void, I guess, can do it. He goes in and just like causes a bit of a ruckus and can do some damage. But when he finishes that, you know, he's not very durable and can't really soak damage. No damage soakers, if you know what I mean. And you know, is he even? He seems like another unreliable ball hitter. They have no reliable ball hitters as it stands. And, Monkey King is the last pick. That was a Chris Luck mentioned hero from the previous draft you were talking about, and here it comes out now.
He knows he's fine playing against Quap and Void Spirit, so it's gonna force Quap to go mid. Talked about Chris Luck knows this matchup very well, so he's just gonna farm. He's gonna be able to farm. But yeah, what you were saying is like they don't really have a front line. They have heroes that are able to burst and kind of poke their head. They have a lot of vision with like this Lycan summon, Shadow Demon, Poison. But their idea is just like kind of poke their head out and just trying to bait them back and just be able to burst one down.
Yeah,
quickly.
Very in and out Muhammad Ali style hit some
10
jabs,
seconds remaining.
feint back, go back in, get the knockout punch, and get out there quickly. Where Beast
5
Coast have more of a
seconds
synergetic,
remaining.
cohesive lineup that brings everything you could ask for, scaling potential and team fight with some disable too, frontliners, all of that stuff, disruptors, whatever you want to call it. I feel like Beast Coast have more of a full toolkit, and Zoomers are kind of relying on using their secondary pick, counter pickups or whatever to win through the laning phase and hope that somehow will snowball into Lycan running through towers real fast.
This game is going to be a lot different this time around because I think Timber's going to get the right matchup against the Timbersaw this time around.
The Timber's
the
going to get the right
Lycan
matchup against the
Lycan.
Lycan,
Sorry.
yeah.
And they're Radiant, so they'll be able to enable this Timbersaw. I think this Ember's just going to drag the first wave around. Timber's going to soak in like the first like wave or two. And the moment he's level 3, he's going to be able to kick this Lycan out of the lane. Monkey versus Quap is just an even trade. I think Monkey will just come out on top because it's just Chris Luck Monkey. It's a specialty hero.
Mm-hmm.
Gyro Coddle, I'm not really sure how this lane will. I think they'll just gonna both trade farm.
It sounds nice in theory, right? Because Coddle has, or not Coddle, Gyrocopter does have some low cooldown spells. You know, it'd be nice to have that chakra magic to kind of allow him to get secondary rocket barrages or homing missiles off. So we'll see if there's going to be as much potency there. As we get underway, folks, last game of the day, the second to last day of group stage action here for Beyond the Summit Pro Series Season 2 America. Teams battling it out now, certainly for more so for 4Zoomers. They are trying to battle into an upper bracket spot, while Beast Coast, already secured in the lower bracket, would just like to get themselves maybe into a better seated position.
Distortion. I sense in the void. Distortions in the void.
So I guess Sammy Boy's gonna go for the aggro. They're gonna go aggro then and let Monkeys a solo top. But this is about what we talked about last game. Scout out the lanes. Use your boots, moves, like see who's showing, get this outpost, and get the right lane matchup that you need.
Oh, man.
And here?
Schofield with the boots Coddle. That is a speedy Coddle.
Whisper's already making his way over. They're also aggroing with the gyro.
Boots on both supports.
30 seconds to battle.
Boots on Ocean.
Lycan's already making his way as well.
Both supports getting boots on Beast Coast side. You know,
Who was the matchup yesterday when he played the Monkey versus which Quap was that? It wasn't Ryoya.
Chris Luck. They played. No, was it Predator playing it, or it was Chris Luck playing it?
No, it was Chris Luck Monkey.
The
That's
battle
all I know.
begins.
I'm trying to remember.
I can't recall either. Sorry, brain fart.
Might have been like Midas Club.
Oh, look at Monkeys Forever.
Get blasted. Chained. Right-clicked. Force him to use the regen a bit.
Oh, it was against Crazy, I think. Bryle. That's what it was. Oh, this is sad. Look at this lane swap though.
Thank you. I
So,
Hands off the
they don't-
south.
your worth.
Dang, they didn't get the right lane matchup though. This Timber didn't get the versus the Lycan. Unfortunately.
For now. Yeah, we'll
Well, you
see.
can't TP now though because if he TPs then they're gonna TP, right? And it feels awkward. And Jakiro TP's top. What moves is up to?
Chris Luck Quap matchup here in the mid lane. Chris Luck inching ahead a bit, but like you're talking about, we've seen this matchup before, and it worked out pretty nice for the Monkey King. That's about what
Yeah,
you're going to be able to do with that.
He maxes out his Primal Spring and he stacks himself the jungle, which is like really because he knows he's not going to be. He has to spend extra money on regen because it's just the nature of the matchup. And then he sits in mid lane and just keeps
I
farming.
see a lot of nothing.
Yeah, we'll have to see if there's any sort of rotational power on the side of Zoomers to kind of catch him out sooner than later. But, you know, I look at their lineup, Jakiro, Shadow Demon, not really fast supports to like move around and make setup plays happen. So might be just kind of a farm game between both mid laners for now. And you know, Whisper maybe not getting the ideal matchup he wants, but still for now bullying back Monkey King. Or Monkey, I always call him Monkey King. Monkeys forever while he can. I know now we actually have a Monkey King in the
monkeys.
game too, so it's not even gonna make things any easier. But we'll make the most of it. And they do have a homing missile built up here. I was curious to see if they're going to take advantage of some sort of Coddle Chakra stuff. More levels will probably be necessary. Each side getting their farm. 7 and 5 for Sammy Boy. While
Bottom
Hector's at
lane.
7 and 3. Jump in for Ocean. Turns around with the disruption. Slow them down. They'll be
Has
fine
an
for
Orb
now.
of Venom actually on Tinder. A lot of action here, bottom lane.
Yeah, they're just smacking away here, and
Dire's middle
Moose is going to
tower
be able
is
to
under
snipe
attack.
down the courier, though, for Monkeys. Monkey's still able to get the salve, but we'll be without the courier for a bit. Moose ready to block out any sort of pull shenanigans here and prevent it. Oh, I like it. He pulls it over, trying to go for the stop. And he stops Ocean, and he gets the creep pull back.
Oh, he got the pull. Oh, he
Very
denied
nice.
the whole wave too.
Yep. Wow.
Wow.
Very nicely done there.
What
Leads
a
off with
beast.
the chains to stop him in his tracks and then pull it back. Just kind of makes Ember Spirit look like he could do everything, man. He clutch support or a mid laner here. As him and Monkeys traded out Spirit on Spirit action. Even Whisper looking to get involved now. Screw the laning phase. Let's get this kill.
Oh, mid.
Walk and kill. It's going to be Moose getting the first blood.
In flames.
Nice, we got it.
Got it.
Oh,
All
Moose
done.
is actually, he bought a bracelet first. Interesting. 4-minute rune. He's helping him secure it.
Same
That
could be
game
said
should
though.
refilled his
Ocean's also
bottle.
over here. And no bottle on Chris Luck.
50-50. Wow, we got a regen.
And they got the disruption onto Chris Luck. Gunner walking in with the tango, but not wanting to make that hard commitment quite yet.
Oh, he
I
got hit.
barely catch the back end of that one. Top. They do get to jump on the gyrocopter and run him down. Good takedown onto Hector here. Zoomers even the score now 1-1.
Dire structures are fortified.
Oh, dude, they stacked their stuns in mid lane there. Quap was gonna die at like 50 HP. They used the chains and the boundless strike at the same time.
Opportunity will get away from them, and they'll have to see if a new one will present itself come the 5-minute bounty runes. But before that, top lane, Schofield, Husky, the blinding light. And they'll follow it up with the right-click takedown. Now Moose shows up, and they're looking to turn it onto Sammy Boy now. Can't quite get enough damage out before he goes under the tower. And Gunner suddenly shows up pre-level 6.
Oh gosh, this is
Dire's
Very
bottom
awkward
did this, did
rotation.
it.
Can they make something happen out of this? Chris Luck even giving him the tip like, see, you left the mid lane, buddy.
Radiant's courier.
he
has
did this
been
yesterday
killed.
too. And I think it's like
Dire's
it's really
bottom
like
tower is
game
under
ruin.
attack.
He's ruining his own game doing this.
All in all over the place. Schofield does manage to get the bounty before he goes down. The long chase continues. Gunner may finally end up getting a hold of Hector, though. But even that is not coming easy. He pops the wand, turns the corner, and they finally get it.
Radiant's
No deny there
courier
from
has been
Moose.
killed.
Wow.
And
If he got
after
the kill, it would have been okay. I don't think it's like worth. I guess it's a carry player because he's level 3. It doesn't feel that good. I think he lost a lot more from this mid lane and using his like. You gotta add the fact like all these TPs matter because it's so expensive now, and especially in this early
Yep.
game.
now Chris Luck double jumps away from potential trouble there. After the return of Gunner to the lane, he comes with some henchmen. And now we see supports kind of all
Dire's
hanging around,
bottom
waiting for the
tower
next
is under
rune. It
attack.
is going to be an invis picked up top. And
Radiant's
bottled by
courier has
Hector.
been
Or
killed.
not bottled by Hector, bottled by Gunner. Bottom lane. Whisper.
Whisper's at least having a game now. I feel like he can snowball this game a little bit more.
Dire's
He's
bottom
definitely having a
tower
game.
is under
35 and
attack.
3 CS. The bottom lane.
He's gonna be pressuring this bottom lane with the siege. He's gonna tank this tower.
Oh yeah, that is a siege.
Oh, moves bottom
Yeah.
lane.
Oh, they
Dire's
waited
bottom
patiently
tower
for this.
is under attack.
For Monkeys to show himself. Now they move in. They get the chains. Not going to quite catch the chakram there. Well, what's happening on the other side? Chris Luck pounces, doesn't quite catch the mark.
Oh, he missed.
Ocean able to run out the other side while we look up top. Hector narrowly able to make it out of the lane into potential trouble, while Schofield gets the finish onto Sammy Boy.
Dire's bottom
That's
tower
nicely
is
done.
under attack.
What you don't see can most certainly hurt you.
TP here, bottom by Quap.
Dire's bottom
He ran out of
tower
mana.
has fallen.
Gunner now has level 6. And oh no,
Oh no.
does not have the mana soon enough to get the ult off soon enough so that they can clean up that kill. And Timber is going to TP back home, and he gives the tip to Quap just to really
Radiant
try
are
to
scanning.
put the salt in the wound.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
is
it's
under attack.
another 90 gold used on top of the Sonic Wave being a cooldown now. So it's 8-minute rune though. Sammy Boy's not really having a good game either. It's like 8 minutes into the game. Normally these book timings are like from 6 to 8 minutes. Oh, actually no,
Trouble
sorry.
for Hector in the top lane. Long thought out plan there from Zoomers as they converge to 3-on-2, but nicely set up with Monkeys Forever getting involved. And Measles scored the Hector kill.
Yeah, never mind. I thought he has book 1 already. I thought he didn't have it. It's pretty good timing still. But Hector, on the other hand, he's not really having a hot game, right? He's dead twice, 3 times actually. 1 denied, doesn't matter, but it's 3 deaths under his name. He's not a type of player that usually goes into aggros. He's a safe lane type of player, so it's a little different for him for sure.
Catch possibly on moves. To the top of the river. Set up with Monkeys and Husky. He's able to turn the
Dire's
corner,
middle tower is
but
under
finally
attack.
goes down. Ocean able to get score the last hit on that one. As they move in. Possibly a secondary kill for Schofield, but now that Hector shows up, they're not looking to follow through. Timber still farms away on his own in the bottom lane, hoping to kind of show his metalhead in the mid game to be a problem. He's itemized for a hood first and straight to a pipe. Help mitigate a lot of the team magic damage on the side of 4Zoomers.
Dire's bottom tower is
It's a little
under
bit going to be a
attack.
slower game from the Beast Coast side. They really need their levels. I feel like moves right now, Ember should be sitting like mid lane, taking some like XP. Chris Luck should just keep farming the jungle, farming like, maybe he can farm a little bit more aggressively on the left side. They need to share some of the wealth here. I think that's what they're going to do. Oh, okay, that's what they're doing right now. And I think if anything, Timber should be like playing more aggressively and shoving these lanes out.
Doubles back for now to assist in securing at least 1 outpost for his team. As 15 seconds till the
I feel
10-minute
this
mark.
point in the game, he's actually like kind of like untouchable. Like their heroes cannot touch him.
Yeah, I hope he'll consider maybe TPing to this top lane if something does break out, because Zoomers are moving in on the advancement and they're going to be able to grab the bounties. They'll grab 3 out of the 4 bounties, it looks like here. Oh no, unless Schofield was able to get that one, but it will make him pay. It does look like 4Zoomers got the majority of the bounties on that one as they try to take back some extra
Dire's
net
top
worth. They
tower is under
fall
attack.
pretty even between both teams here. And Whisper very deep will TP out.
That was nice by Whisper. He forced another TP from Gunner. Gunner's actually rushing Vessel this game, which is smart.
Radiant structures
That's something to
are
deal with this
fortified.
Timber Saw, which they don't really have anything yet.
Vessel Quap, it must take a very special type of game for that to happen, and Gunner recognizes that this is going to be the time to get it. He does get a nice snipe on the moves in the mid lane, and they're going to try to use this catapult to get some damage on the tier 1 if possible. And a smoke.
Coming out.
Yeah, 4Zoomers, backstaff, looking to find a hidden approach.
Trying to protect the Lycan that's shoving this tier 1 bottom here. They're trying to use the siege. Another smoke coming out as well from business or East Coast.
They are running
Radiant's
south as
bottom
well.
tower is under attack.
Whisper charging in. This is where the Jakiro Dragon feels so slow. He could turn an ice path, but it would take
Radiant's
so much
bottom
time.
tower has fallen.
And he flies out and away. Good save there by Ocean.
They should see Semboy still here. Is it gonna stun the fog? Oh.
Radiant's middle tower
TP's
is
gone. It
under
looks like
attack.
Zoomers will sidestep any sort of aggressive approach from Beast Coast side. More time for Hector to kind of farm through the top jungle, but if you look at net worth, top 3 all belong to Zoomers at the moment. Nice purge and ice path and macropyre and disruption.
Radiant structures are
It's a lot of hate for a Coddle. Coddle turns it around with the Will-O-Wisp and could set up Hector for a kill, which would make it a nice exchange. He gets 2 kills from it.
That's worth it. Super worth that.
Get baited by Coddle.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That was a good play. They should move forward now. I think
Radiant's top tower is
Hector
under
still has his
attack.
ulti. Timber... Well, Monkey's still just kind of farming, I guess.
Dire's bottom tower
They
is
think
under
they're okay
attack.
playing this like passive game, but they should play this. Coddle should be playing with this Timber together and enable him with the Ember. Give time, and Monkey can farm in a more aggressive position and give time for Hector. They need to use like 4 of their heroes, either the Monkey or the Gyro, and the other person farms.
Smoke it
everyone
looks
can
like here
farm.
from Zoomers. Is it behind an item timing? Oh, the Spear Vessel not done yet.
They're trying to wrap around for mid tower. Uh-oh.
Shapeshift, Necrobook 3, running in. Nice disruption to stop the Chris Luck TP out, and they'll easily clean him up. Goes right into a tier 1 tower, and God, this is going to go down so fast. What else do you guys want to do while we're here?
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Well, Lycan ulti is down now. They should look into maybe making a play with the Necrobook down as well. Chris Luck really wants his Echo Saber. He feels like Monkey's peak timing is like when he finishes Echo Saber with his Wukong's command, it's actually super broken because you can't fight in it. You're just like permanently slowed in there.
Dire's top tower
Get a
has
little bit of
fallen.
something for themselves in the meanwhile, securing that tier 1 top,
Radiant's middle tower
opening
is
up a
under
little bit
attack.
more farm, safe farm for themselves, where it's obvious
Radiant's
that
courier
4
has been
Zoomers are
killed.
encroaching in on their turf in the bottom half of the map.
Wonder what's happening with Whisperer. He was
Radiant's
like
middle
top of the
tower is
network,
under
right?
attack.
And his network
Yeah.
hasn't been jumping up at
Dire's
all.
top
I haven't
tower
paid
is under attack.
too much attention to him, but I feel like he could push his hero to the limits. Like just farm aggressively in between like these tier 2, tier 3s.
And they
One
do
nice
manage to
kill
get the
here.
catch onto Monkeys forever in the mid lane. So call for Whisper to get back into action, and him and Chris Luck go to work in the mid. And they'll force
I
4
like
Zoomers
what-
back on their side.
I do like what he's doing now, but I feel like he should have been doing it much sooner. Like play in their face. Like you don't need to be hitting this passive jungle. Your hero's like unkillable, and if they ever do kill you, here's a fight to take it out.
Will-O-Wisp, Ice Path on the other side. Looking to bump him back, and this is where the Beast Coast cores run into action. There's no Chris Luck for this one. See how much they can get done without him. Whisper does end up falling down, and that's when the rest of the team looks to retreat out. They're baiting him back in. Chris Luck waiting, though, in the trees, maybe to consider pop the ultimate. Does not fully commit yet. A bump to the low ground, but there's the Sonic Wave, able to get the closure onto Moose. And 4 Zoomers able to at least redeem a couple of kills to cost them the Jakiro buyback.
Dire are scanning.
It was looking so good, but the Jakiro buyback kind of changed things. I think they should have just immediately backed off, reset, and run closer to Chris Luck. You know, the Monkey King was on his way. He finished his Echo Saber there as well. But they kind of like, I guess, overextended a little bit too much there. Clutch buyback though from Jakiro. So they're just waiting for the timing for Hector. He wants to kind of like finish his Ags, and that's like his peak timing, and that's when he'll feel ready to like fight. Like Chris Luck, I think he's kind of happy now. His Monkey finished his Echo Saber. He has a nice item too. This broom handle is like really broken on Monkey because he's kind of already at range, and that makes him like even a longer like range melee.
Kind of perfect. Really nice at this point in the game. As they all
It's like
farm.
his-
Go ahead.
Lycan's kind of becoming scarier though, like a threat. Hook and Hot kind of finished already, level 13.
Yeah, 1,300 invested already towards the AC. They run to the high ground. Chris Luck just pops the ulti. Almost able to just kind of take down Ocean with that alone, but that's an ulti popped. And see, he's blue now.
Dire's bottom tower
The Monkey
is
King.
under
So
attack.
he like changes colors every time he ults, I guess.
Is he blue right now?
Yeah, look at him. See him? Blue?
Yeah.
Chris
making
Luck?
Sure.
Blue man.
Yeah. What color was he before? Red?
Yeah, like the normal
Red,
monkey
orange?
color, not Smurf monkey color.
Oh.
We'll look out for it in the next ultimate, but in the meantime, while that ultimate is on cooldown, 4 Zoomers recognize that and decide that they have potential to move in the Roach Pit and quickly take it up. It seems like they're going to do it without really any contention at all for the time being. Moose and company nearby, but not confident enough to kind of move in. Plenty of gatekeepers out here. I mean, Monkeys Forever is like throwing himself into the team,
Fallen to the dust.
diverting focus and pulling attention elsewhere. All for the greater good.
This Hector just finished up his Ags.
And now he's stepping into the fight. I think it's time for Beast Coast. They want to make something happen regardless of Aegis or not. Take down Ocean first.
Radiant's
and,
middle tower is under
that might
attack.
be the end of it for the Zoomers. They will evacuate the premises. Even though Chase is on here, Gunner farming in the jungle nearby gets spotted out from Moose. The follow-up comes out from Chris Luck and company, and they burn through the Aegis just like that. They await the second life. The Ice Path not quite there.
Radiant's top tower is under
Now
attack.
Monkeys moves in with his Yules, and they'll quickly snipe down the Moose.
The Moose.
The Moose with the Yules.
All time. I mean, that was kind of a waste of an Aegis, unfortunately, there, but all in exchange for an Ember. I think it's a very good trade. At all time, Hector was able to. He's farming stacks again. I just feel the moment this
Radiant's
Hector
top tower
finishes his
fallen.
butterfly, Zoomers are going to be in trouble. So they're kind of playing on a timer on Zoomers. As long as they can keep up the constant pressure and snowball their network. But
Radiant's
the network
middle
is pretty
tower
even
is
right now.
under
3K
attack.
is not that much at like 18 minutes.
Yeah.
I think if they're continuing to like slow down the game and give Hector like this timing, they're giving him a lot of space right now. Especially like Chris, like they're always constantly fighting on the other side of where Hector's playing. And look what Schofield's doing. He's constantly stacking and dragging waves for Hector like to farm.
There goes the shapeshift as Chris Luck shows himself in the top lane. Monkeys is there to catch him, and now the damage comes in, and they blow him up. Chris Luck will be dead and out for nearly 45 seconds. And Zoomers are returning the chat wheel.
Oh, look at mid. The Zoomers is actually already looking into setting up. This is a fast play by them. They're showing everyone showing top, and uh-oh.
Dire's bottom
We see
tower is
Beast
under
Coast
attack.
trying to pull focus to the bottom lane. Will-O-Wisp committed, but just a swift blink out. That's all she wrote. And they see Schofield, but they want to get Gyro. He's the big target, and they'll be successful on that.
That was such a beautiful play. They used 1 TP in the tier 2 bottom and 2 TPs in the tier 2 mid.
Are scanning.
Lycan was still showing top. He was pushing very, very aggressively, but just to show like, hey, like we're still here. But in reality, they were just setting up for this like nice kill here. I like this play a lot by them. It was really fast because like all 5 heroes did show, or 4 heroes showed top, and we really went off map, TP'd, and went for a fast play there. It's call that one a tier 1 level play. Moose is opting for Yules now. It's good that they're not overcommitting and they're slowing this Gyro down. The fact that they were able to kill him just once, and now because of that death, because Gyro wanted to rush rush his butterfly, but it's like when a carry player dies in this situation, it's like, all right, well, I guess I have to opt for this BKB now. They don't really want to get BKB this early. You know, they want to continue scaling, getting like these damage items, scaling items.
Yeah.
But you know, when you die once, you're like, yeah, okay, time to go back now.
Yeah. You start looking at their lineup, you start looking at the items they're getting, and you're realizing that there's just too many ways to stop the gyrocopter from doing what he wants. Aside from the innate skills, you got Yules now starting to come out, and it could definitely be a bit of a problem. So they have to get back to the drawing board, back to the farm grind, and waiting for their next power peak, if you will. And Zoomers still scoping out East Coast turf. Don't want to allow them to get any safe farm as they move in. Hector getting spirited up. Whisper flying on through, looking to go for that swift takedown of Monkeys Forever. But Monkeys is able to jump out the other side to rendezvous with the rest of his team. Whisper thinks about chasing, but the rest of his team can't quite commit the same level of catch.
This pipe that Timbersaw is building, unless I'm mistaken, looks really not so great. What is it for, Jakiro? On the co-op screen?
Yeah.
Should have rushed the Greaves.
These may have been enough to kind of mend that kind of damage, but here we go. Beast Coast committing in the Will-O-Wisp. Whisper fights under it, looks to go for Ocean next.
Is under attack.
And there's the move in from Gunner, and he's able to get the swift takedown of Schofield now. Follow-up potentially for Whisper after the Yules. The damage, the Lycan, just going to be too much. The White Wolf,
Radiant's bottom tower
White
is
Bang,
under attack.
runs up inside the base. Sammy Boy looking for where Moose will settle, finds him, and gobbles him up like little bits of kibble.
Tower is under attack.
Gunner getting the last hit as they are just on an absolute tear. 5K net worth advantage, 11 to 17.
See you later, nerds.
And now it's time to push in for tier 2s. Let's not forget to get these +1s, gentlemen.
Uh-oh. Look at Hector here.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is
They
under
kind
attack.
of want him. Gunner does. A piece of
Gunner.
that.
Radiant's bottom
And
tower
what are they able
is
to
under
get from it
attack.
outside that fight? Well, unfortunately, not a tier 2 yet. Both lanes will be defended by Beast Coast for now. It's a step in the right direction. It's good to kind of continue to be on top. But, you know, the big picture, Beast Coast not really out of this yet. Not in full submission mode.
As many... Oh, gosh. Gunner. Gunner makes some really interesting moves in spellcasting sometimes, man. I don't know if you caught that.
No, I didn't.
He just TP'd in and randomly ulted the trees if Monkey was there, and he TP'd out.
Like, I
He
was
just
just
wasted his
here
ulti.
to get a brief bit of XP. By the time I head back to the fountain and get my mana back, the cooldown will be back.
So, Zoomers, like, as much momentum as they have right now, like, they're getting all these kills. It's like, you gotta understand, like, this Gyro only died once in that whole meantime. He finished his BKB, and so did,
Dire's
Chris Luck.
structures are
So they're gonna
fortified.
use their item timing right now to surround this tower.
Now's the real test for 4Zoomers. If they can come out best in this fight, then the game could be theirs. But this is a big moment for Beast Coast now with the new items we were just talking about. Samboy running in, running back and forth, using a lot of time on his shapeshift without being able to find an accurate target. But also the BKB being fully expended here from Hector. Neither team able to really find the opening they seek. But now a new approach. Chris Luck with his own BKB, looking to take it back to Gunner. The Will-O-Wisp locking him in his place. The team can't really interfere. Now Monkey King dropping down the ulti. Still not able to get the catch on the Gunner. They'll settle for Ocean for now. Gunner hides behind this tower, and Ocean going to be buying back. Whisper blasted apart. Still able to dish out the damage. 4Zoomers get the big tanky one down. They'll also get Moose. Monkey's forever on a rip-up right now as he scores the triple kill. And Schofield trying to hide behind the trees, somehow, some way, makes it back home, but he's the only survivor here. 4Zoomers take no losses at all. No, a buyback, right? One buyback on Shadow Demon there, but still, that was supposed to be the big peaking moment for Beast Coast, the big BKB, but, you know, we see the Wolf form used, the BKB used, and the fight doesn't really amount to much until after both of those are expended.
The problem there was more about, like, they've used all their big spells already. Like, Monkey already used ult, Gyro used ulti, Timber was dead, Coddle Ball was down, the buyback happened, yet they're still moving forward. Like, move back. Move back into your high ground and bait them into your vision. Bait them into, like, running at you, not the other way around. And then all of a sudden, Chris Luck is, like, dying on the right side, Gyro is dying in, like, in front of their tier 1. And again, like, they're taking multiple fights, and not the same fight anymore. And they don't have any spells either. They just, it's about just learning to, like, kind of reset in the team fights after, like, you won, because, you know, you killed the Shadow Demon, you kind of won the fight. You want to keep poking and just being able to, like, you know, not overcommit at the same time. It's having a balance. I just feel like when Beast Coast just kind of plays, it's like sometimes once they commit, they're just fully committed, and there's no backing.
Now they have to decide if they're committed on getting the hell out or not, because here comes the Zoomers. They run down, they murderify that old man. He's going to be forced to buy back. Boom, boom, they both go down. Oh man, Chris Luck and Whisper fall at the drop of a hat. It's all on Hector now. And he's already committed the ulti. He now pops the BKB, stands, plants, tries to fight them all off, but he is doing no damage at all. And it's 4Zoomers finishing off with a Sammy Boy triple kill, a 5-man wipe. This one, all Zoomers. Beast Coast, they were on the money yesterday. Today, they are cold. Yesterday, Zoomers cold. Today, yeah, they're looking pretty hot. Looking pretty hot.
Zoomers is actually, it's like complete opposite, right? Beast
Yep.
Coast was playing really well yesterday. I don't know, the snowball that this Gyro was having, he made a really good comeback in the game, but like his first death and following up to his like second death, it was just like very unfortunate. It slowed down his timing, and it's just the Slykin is just continuing to snowball. His Kiros and Basher kind of finished up. I'm trying to think like how what can they do to come back here? And it's like the itemizations that don't really make sense either. Like I mentioned, like Whisper, he's building a pipe. What is this pipe for? Like this Shadow Demon Poison, this Jakiro, like the two supports. Like build some armor, build Greaves, build something that's gonna help your team, enable your team. Even a Solar Crest, right? Maybe Solar Crest isn't the greatest to the Shadow Demon, but no, build some auras though for your team.
I get
build
the
something
sense-
to help with your survivability.
And in some
Dude,
cases, pipe is that item, but like you're saying, there's not enough on the Zoomers lineup to justify that pipe is going to be nullifying enough. At least enough of a threat.
Oh, like an ultra.
And now Whisper, you'll see, is he tries to stay alive, but all he can do that fight is just turn and walk away. He'll now be forced to dive into his pockets for the buyback. This might be it, man. This might be it. Hecker just gets blasted down. Can't do anything on the back of a BKB. Chris Luck also murdered. These guys are eating their tips now, and they're going to be going back to the bank. GG's called. This one all Zoomers, and deservedly so. And even more commanding game number 2 by them. Congratulations, and it was a very important series for Zoomers as well. They're in such a variable position between being stuck in the lower bracket, making it into the upper bracket, and hell, if they can win out, a chance for taking even top seed, apparently. So, good on them to suddenly show up today.
Yeah, most definitely. What does that make them then? Are they secure?
I gotta
Or
look
it's-
at it here and update.
It could be a potential. I think if I recall, it could be a potential tiebreaker depending on their games tomorrow because they play against BA, and Business can kind of decide if they want to let them through the winner bracket or not.
Yeah,
I don't think they're 100% because they're tied if anything or something like that.
yeah, I am updating it right now. Just got it updated. Let me bring the groups. I added a win to Zoomers and a loss.
In regards to this game, I guess kind of like confirms what we've been talking about. Where it's like just yesterday and the day before we've been casting, I said just pick the Lycan, man. And every time I've seen this Lycan, it's been very dominant and just like it feels the game flow just feels really nice and just very easy. It's easy to draft around this hero. And the only game that we saw it lost was against when Business Associates played it. But I think it was just more of like a macro thing. Like he just missed up on some movements and he wasn't aggressive enough in comparison to seeing all these Lycans like aggressively pushing, pressuring the tier 2s, constantly taking the tier 1s, and playing aggressively on the enemy side of the map. And this game, like I said, for Beast Coast, it just came down to itemizations. And I think it was just kind of a momentum shift. Them losing game 1, I feel like they didn't really play properly in this game 2. It feels like they were a little tilted or something.
Mm-hmm.
But game 1, I feel like it was their game to have. And it's just like, just the team chemistry to the teamwork that they didn't really like have together.
We'll go ahead and check out the group standings now, as there's only one day that remains for group stage action tomorrow. But where it stands right now, Business Associates at the top, 14-2, holding that first seed for now. But as you can see, with this win and these wins, 4Zoomers are now 12-4. So that means they have 2 more series to go, right?
One more series. One more series.
One more series
it's
to
against,
go?
It's BA.
4 and 2, that's 16, 17, 18. Oh, you're right, duh. One more series to go. That could put them at 14-4, a tie potentially for top seed if things don't go well. Oh, you said they are playing Business Associates?
Yeah, they're playing Business Associates.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's the match for the top seed. I mean, Zoomers can at least attempt to tie and then win the head-to-head for top seed, and Business Associates trying to just hold the top seed. So that's pretty hype.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Business is first no matter what, but if Business 2-0 Zoomers, then they're tied with Thunder Predator. So what does that mean? So what happens
Wait,
there?
if Business 2-0 Zoomers, they're tied with... Oh, Zoomers are tied with Thunder Predator.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? If it falls onto head-to-head, then Thunder Predator would win, because Thunder Predator won that head-to-head matchup against 4Zoomers, and it would put 4Zoomers into lower bracket. So, wow. The matches between getting tied for top or being in lower bracket.
They just have to. So basically, Zoomers just has to win one game and they're good to go. It doesn't matter after that.
For sure. At least staying in the upper bracket. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
But there is potential for tiebreakers, not even just in that upper bracket, but even in the bottom, because if Plasma win 2 games, then they're tied with Midas Club, and that's a tiebreaker situation over who can even stay alive in the playoffs. And I don't know off the top of my head if Plasma, what the score or what the result was for Plasma versus Midas Club. I'm bringing it up on my
1-1,
phone.
so they have to play tiebreakers.
Oh my God, we would actually have to have a tiebreaker to see who's eliminated. Oh man, if Plasma can somehow 2-0, it should be favored for Midas Club or for whoever Plasma go against, considering Plasma our bottom seed. But hey, we love an underdog story. Maybe they can make it in the playoffs. Maybe there'll be a Cinderella run. Who the hell knows? But pretty exciting that it's going to be coming down to the bitter end there to decide a lot of the seeding positions. But there is one more day of group stage action to go. That concludes today's action, though. Had a pleasure casting along with you, Jimmy. I hope you had a good time, too. Any closing words for our coverage on BTS Pro Series as it stands for now?
Nope. I think just as always, pleasure casting with you, and thanks for having me here.
Well, thank you. Make sure you guys show some love to Jimmy. Hearts in the chat. I know you can only do emotes, it seems like right now, so double up on the hearts while you can and hit him up on the Twitter. And we'll see Jimmy at a future date. So thanks, my man. Well, take care.
Yeah, see ya.
All right. Get him muted out. And I want to take a moment to thank everybody for tuning in for another day of awesome action. A big shout out, of course, to Monster Energy and the Humane Society for supporting this event. It's thanks to them that we're able to have another $50,000 prize pool for these American teams to battle it out, and we can kind of keep the Dota going throughout this crazy situation. I know times are absolutely crazy now, and I hope you guys can all be well and treat each other well. I will see you next time for more Dota action, but today that concludes BTS's Pro Series coverage. Take care, have a nice day, and check out these words from the Humane Society.